Hey man, this is Coach Pollock with another episode of Coach Talk. We've got a special guest for you guys today. Good friend of mine, played for Mike Leach at Washington State, and he was our offensive coordinator at Jackson State. He's come here. He coaches our tight ends at University of Colorado. He is an air raid guru. When I tell you he's an air raid guy, he's 100%. You can tell he's been around Mike Leach for a long time. So I'm excited to get him up here. Coach Brett Bartolone is going to talk about mesh for us today.
How's everyone doing? Hey, I had this drawn up for you guys today. This was just our basic way of running for what was us, Ace 92 back in the day. This is just our base way of running mesh at a 2x2. Starting on the outside, we have the quarterback start to the side that he feels like he's got the best leverage. Like if he felt like he had a soft corner and could take a 1, 2, 3 drop, come off the rubber and throw the ball to the outside receiver here, that's where he would start with his progression. If he felt like he could do the same over here because he had softer leverage, then he'd start his progression over here. So that's where it starts. It's 1, 2, 3, he's coming off the rubber, 1. That's his 1, all right? Now, a couple different things can happen. We had the back check, release. Sometimes we had him going to the field. Sometimes we had him going to the boundary. We kind of went both ways with that. But if you felt like you were out leveraging the defense with the wide route, you could also free release that, by the way. And if you felt like you were out leveraging the defense with your wide route, that would become the 2. And then you just sweep the board back inside. There's your 3. There's your 4 on the mesh. So it wouldn't always be the back with the 2. If you felt like the nickel was getting depth and width, then your eyes would just come back inside to the front side mesh. So all the meanwhile, these guys are running mesh routes underneath, okay? We would always have our Y set the depth of the mesh. Depending on your system, you may designate a guy to do that. Depending on the quarterback's read, you may want to tag a guy, whether it's a Y, an H, an F, whatever it is, to set the depth of the mesh. We always told our guys, if you're the one setting the depth of the mesh, you're going to do it at 6 yards or before the Mike linebacker, whichever comes first. That means if the Mike's just sitting there at 6, you're going to run right in front of his face. And then you're reading through the corner to the flat defender, okay? So if there's anyone out here in the flat in coverage, then you're going to sit over that ghost tight end position, okay? Same thing here on the other side. So he's running mesh to this side, he's running mesh over here. If there's anybody out in this flat area, he's going to sit, all right, and give the quarterback his eyes and his hands and get a ball in a SOP zone. These out routes, and I know I'm kind of jumping all over the place right here. The way we taught these, this is just a 6-step out. We used to call them big outs. We used to call them lookies. This is just 6-step plant, and then I'm getting friendly to the sideline. That's the base way that we did it at a 2x2. You want 3x1?
3x1, Coach. Yeah, give him 3x1.
You got it.
Let's give him a little bit of the inside scoop from a real air raid guy, man. Don't get these guys on film a lot.
Dying breed.
Coach, I got a question for you while you drop the next one. Is there anything that you look for the quarterback or the receiver to do nuance-wise to not give it away? Like, what's the quarterback doing with his eyes or his shoulders? What is the receiver doing with his release to not give it away?
As far as like the play and the routes and where they're going.
Exactly.
I mean, like anything else in football, I think for the receivers, like I think the stance has to be consistent. So like our feet should be the same, like, and all the other routes that we tie in around it, you want your inside foot up so that he's taking 6 steps, and you want every other route that you run in your offense for the most part to have your inside foot up. So the DBs aren't telling like, shoot, like, hey, he's got his outside foot up, he's going to run an out-breaking route, or he's got his outside foot up, he's running an in-breaking route. You want everything to look the same and be consistent. The thing that will get teams to call out that play in particular in mesh is when you really condense and shorten your split. So they'll start to call that. So that's where you need to come up with complements to that. Maybe it's in and out routes and things of that nature. The base way that we did it out of 3x1. So this is just old school, early 92 back in the day. And we'd have the back check and run a wide route to the short side of the field. In 3x1, we'd have number 3 would be our Y. He's setting the depth all right? The single receiver across from him is creating the mesh, and they're doing the same thing. They're reading through to the corner, to the flat defender. If there's anybody out in the flat, they're gonna sit. We had number 2 actually running a post, and that really wasn't part of the progression. That was more of an alert versus middle field open. We had the quarterback key that. And then the same rules applied on the outside. We're just running a looky route, and something I didn't really get into depth on that last one. Like if we were ever getting press man over here, if the quarterback, whatever communication that you choose, if the quarterback looks out on the receiver and gives him some sort of communication, a signal with his hands maybe, that could convert into a go route versus press man, as long as you like your matchup. But in 3x1, that's where you start. There's no other option on the other side. So soft leverage with the corner, great. You could come off the rubber. You could throw the out route. If the corner's press man, you love the matchup, you could give them a go. But as a quarterback, you're always going to take a 3-step drop. You're going to start with your eyes in this area. If you can't throw your 1 to the out route, then your eyes come immediately back inside. There's your play side mesh, all right, all the way to your backside mesh to the running back. That's how we did it at a 3x1.
Now, Coach, if some people with that number 2 receiver will run an OTB with him.
That's right.
How
And
will that affect the quarterback's progression for you guys?
No doubt. So all on mesh, he's starting to one side and he's just sweeping the board across. So what we started doing back in the old Jackson State days, we'd have him run an OTB or a 10-yard over the ball route, right? Just because we felt like we weren't getting a lot out of that post. So we put him on an OTB route, okay? So now same thing. Quarterback's going to try and come out the rubber, throw the ball to the big out, all right? That's 1. And as he comes across, he'll see the play side mesh show up. That's his 2. That's his 3. As his eyes are moving to the left, that's his 4. Maybe he gets a check down to the back at 5. That's how we did it.
Well, hey guys, listen, you heard it from my man here. When it comes to air raid, when it comes to mesh, there's no one better, I promise you. You got a great, you guys that are out there trying to install mesh into your offense, I think it's one of the best plays that you could put in because it's such a great job. It gets zone, it beats man, and your quarterback really doesn't necessarily have to know the exact coverage is in. They just need to know if it is it man or zone, and need to be able to read leverage, soft leverage, or press leverage. So, hey guys, great job by Coach Brett. We really appreciate him coming in. And until next time, go Buffs. That's perfect. That's perfect.